This is absolutely insane, so please like the video and subscribe as we break down what may end up being one of the most influential business deals of the entire year. Square Enix just got broken in half and sold off as a giant chunk. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Now, we need to talk about who this is that just bought Square Enix, what got sold, and why this is going to very fundamentally change a lot of games that were supposed to come out. Now, let's start things off with the big old press release. Embracer Group has just acquired Eidos-Montréal, Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix Montreal, among other assets. Now, let me explain what this means. These are a lot of the biggest, most profitable chunks of Square Enix. Pretty much everything that's not Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, or a lot of their central Square Enix properties has just been divided up and sold off. Now, this is the craziest part, is if you read it right here in the fine print, it says that they just purchased for $330 million in cash. They've decided to buy what is essentially 1,100 employees. This is everything from Tomb Raider to Deus Ex to the Thief series to Legacy of Kain and 50 other freaking games. They just bought about 60 different game series franchises all in one giant cash check. Now, real quickly, before we break down all the different aspects of it, because there is a lot here to cover, who is Embracer Group? Now, this is not a group we typically think of because a lot of times when we think of the console wars or the battles, we think of stuff like Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo. A lot of the acquisitions are these people trying to gobble each other up. Or we think of Tencent. We think about somebody that is very big and outside. Whereas Embracer Group, these are these independent millionaires. Think about it as like a bunch of very, very wealthy Swedish dudes who have gotten together and they've decided that they're going to throw their money around and just gobble up what they can. Embracer Group is a very strange circumstance because they very much are outsiders to this industry who are trying to jump in purely for the profit. But they now own freaking Crystal Dynamics, Eidos, and freaking Square Enix Montreal. This is just bizarre. Now, they even have these slides that they've been releasing. They're actually bragging about the fact that they now own all the Deus Ex games, including the cell phone games. Like, it's just bizarre to think that all of this stuff has been scooped up. Now, for people who love stuff like Sleeping Dogs, I love Sleeping Dogs a lot. I really wish we'd get another Sleeping Dog games. That is included in this deal. Like, this is a huge acquisition. Now, you might be saying, why would Square Enix sell off a huge chunk of the company, and why for so cheap? This is a ridiculous deal. $330 million, breaking off a chunk of this company that's worth billions and billions of dollars. Well, I can tell you the reason, and I can say why it is Square Enix explicitly has said they're trying to do this. Square Enix wants to try and make Bitcoin, basically. This is their real freaking thing. The reason we've decided to sell this off is because we're adapting to the changes underway in the global business environment by establishing more efficient allocation of resources. Blah, 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 blah. We want to try and focus our investments on blockchain, AI, and the cloud. Super! So more freaking cloud games by Square Enix, more freaking NFTs, more stuff like that, because they think it's going to be a lot more profitable than actually making games. This is disgraceful. But the other part of this that needs to be really kind of dissected is this whole bizarre part about the fact that they got 1,000 employees for $330 million, $300 million. This is the cheapest deal ever. This is unfathomably low bottom dollar. Well, the reason they're doing that is because they also, inside the fine print here, they promised to erase all of Square Enix's debt. It says right here, this is actually a huge, huge deal on a debt-free basis to be paid in closing. We don't know how much Square Enix has screwed things up in the last couple of years. They don't know how many, big blunders, how much Balan Wonderworld technically cost them on a developer backend. They're going to erase all their debt. Square Enix, this is their fresh start. I would be excited about that if I was in their place because it's a chance to get a fresh start, to do more experimental games or go outside your comfort zone. But it sounds like Square Enix is just going to use it to sell more microtransactions. Now, the other part of this that is important is Square Enix is a strange company because they have been involved in different stuff. They are so big. Square Enix is such a massive conglomerate. They have a finger at a lot of different pies. Well, they've confirmed via some tweets that everybody who's currently working with Square Enix is going to finish their work with Square Enix. This deal, even though it is very, very cheap, it's not going to affect any contracts currently going. So right now, like the Initiative, they're working on their Perfect Dark project. That apparently is still coming along exactly as it's supposed to be. It sounds like this just is going to affect the people at the top, and I do think this might end up slowing down a lot of Square Enix games currently in development, because they just did lose 1,000 employees. They can't just grab people from all their different camps and combine them to finish a big project now. This has splintered off a big chunk of their entire company permanently. Now, inside this press release, they go deep onto the legal ramifications and technical details of this deal, but what's kind of just strange to me, scrolling through it, is the fact that they really did scoop up so much value for such a freaking low cost. I do think that Square Enix must have been very, very deep in debt, like especially the fact that they sold off so much IP. I can't believe they gave away so much stuff that they built, that they grew. Tomb Raider just gone. Deus Ex just gone. Freaking Legacy of Kain just gone. What the heck? There seems like a ton of people online who are just straight up shocked that they would give away so much of their own homegrown product. Like straight up this little, obviously it's a meme, but Lara Croft just getting put on this tip tray. One blockchain plays. Everybody is just pointing out the fact that while everybody is spending billions and billions and billions of dollars, they're just trying to basically hand this out. They're just trying to essentially give this away. Like, I can't believe they really sold all that for $300 million. This is truly wild. Square Enix was looking to give it away at all costs. I am still just in shock. I woke up about 5 minutes ago. I just wanted to talk about this. I appreciate you guys spending your mornings with me. Please like this video and tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And also, keep dreaming. I'm still digesting this. I think this might fundamentally damage Square Enix forever. But as long as Final Fantasy lives, as long as Final Fantasy is good, I guess I'll take it. Oh, fuck yeah. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.